One of the biggest questions I get on my channel is how to draw. In today's video, you're going to learn how to draw Princess Peach. The video is running at 2 times speed and took me about 11 minutes to draw. So if at any moment this feels like it's going too fast, you can either pause or rewind so that way you can continue and follow along. The reference image that I'm using you'll be seeing here at the bottom of the screen. In the beginning, for any beginner artist, it is important that we do not just start with the eyeball and the nose and try to perfect it. Rather, what we want to try and do is get general shapes. Throw in a circle for the shoulder, the head, and the torso, and a generalization of where the hair is. And then you can start to throw in a general blocking of where the eyes are going to be. But once again, we're not looking for any details. This is what artists will refer to as the mapping out stage or an envelope stage, where you're kind of just trying to put all the general shapes in an envelope or in a construction pattern. Once we have those general shapes, now we can start to add the eyes and the nose and the mouth. But once again, we're not looking to go into crazy details because nothing is set in stone. Here you'll see I'm going to start to add more sketching lines to try to refine the chin and the jawline. But once again, we have to say that we want to envelop everything first. We don't want to focus on just one major detail. A lot of times in the video, you'll see my hand moving like it's about to make a line, but not actually making a line. This is what we call finding lines. These are where we're trying to measure in our eye off to the side where the reference image is and find the line. Is it right? Is it not? Before we stroke it on the page, because it is easy to erase, but you don't want to spend all of your time erasing. Same thing goes with the circle. You saw me in the beginning make several loops before the circle went on the page. Once again, those are finding lines, and they'll help you tremendously, help smooth out your drawings, and you'll wind up erasing significantly less. Now that I've roughed everything in, you're going to see that I'm going to start to throw in all the little details like the eyelashes and the eyebrows and start to pay attention to the eyeballs. That's because in this particular piece, the central detail is located in the face. I'm now determining where the jawline is, where the nose is, where the mouth is. I had to erase a little bit there because something was just a little bit off, so I decided to just adjust. And that's okay. No line is ever going to be perfect. Sometimes, even though it might look perfect, it probably might not be. And erasing is absolutely fine. It's part of the growth of an artist. We learn as we draw, and we will discover different things as we continue with the drawing. Next up is the hair with the top of the crown. Now, though it might seem like it's a simple shape, like it's just a round and a couple of triangles for the hair, it's not to be taken lightly. These are things that if you just throw it in there can look really misproportioned and can seem really bad really quick, and then it becomes a struggle to how to change it, because when you make a darker or finer line or a stronger line, it becomes harder to erase and it just becomes messy really quick. So don't take anything for granted. Don't just say, oh, it's the circle, I'll throw it in. No, don't. Take your time. The biggest thing that any beginner artist does is that they rush. When I'm teaching my little niece, Rebecca, the one thing that she loves to do is get to coloring. She doesn't really want to focus sometimes on the drawing. Now she is 8, so it does become a little bit hard. But when you rush, and you just rush to get things done, then it's going to look like a sloppy mess sometimes. Or it's going to have the scribble lines, or it's not going to look smooth with the coloring. Every art process, no matter beginners, even advanced, no matter what it is, should always look smooth. And that just comes with taking time and patience. And even if that comes with erasing a lot, well, then that comes with erasing a lot. If you've made it this far, I have to say thank you, but also I have to apologize. Allergies have been really hard with the spring, so bear with me a little bit. And we're in the home stretch. We're just going to finish up with drawing the bottom of the corset, indications of the bottom of the hairline, indications of where the rest of the hair is going to be, and this is where you can throw in some details, or once again, don't take anything for granted. There is a lot of hair to Peach, almost Rapunzel-like. So do make sure that you don't drop in just random details. Here, something that I like to do is throw in some quick sketching lines to indicate where the hair flows. It's a little subtle effect, that can actually give a lot of 3 dimension in a very short amount of time. You don't have to do this. You can finish up the rest of your drawing and then take a Sharpie or a black marker and start to ink it out, and then you erase the lines later and have a template to color off of. But I personally am a fan of inking and a fan of adding shadow and value. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If you found this content at all enjoyable, please like and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate everyone, and I appreciate that the growth of the channel has experienced over the last couple of days.